Hello there, welcome back to my views and news. Breaking news for you from Ethiopia, from the Amhara region of Ethiopia, from the North Shore zone of the Amhara region, where Fano fighters captured capital of the North Shore zone. But then came a counteroffensive. Fano fighters were stopped from advancing. Drone strikes were conducted, and just a few minutes ago, we got confirmation from the ground. Fano is confirming too that its fighters have withdrawn from the capital city of North Shore Zone, and that is Debre Birhan. Why did Fano retreat from Debre Birhan? What is Fano's position? Why is it withdrawing from Debre Birhan? Is it due to drone strike? Is it due to massive counteroffensive from Oromia? And secondly, Ethiopian Airlines has suspended flights to almost all the cities, all the airports of the Amhara region. No signs of resumption of flights. Just a few minutes ago, Ethiopian Airlines issued a statement. Firstly, viewers, Debre Birhan, major city in the North Shore zone of the Amhara region, around 48 hours ago came under Fano control. Thousands of hundreds, I would say, hundreds of Fano fighters stormed. By the way, it's difficult to distinguish between Fano fighters and locals because wherever they enter, people join them. Unarmed local youths who are calling themselves Fanos. So hundreds of armed Fano fighters entered Debre Birhan around 48 hours ago. We reported that in a video too, that Fano fighters were in control of Debre Birhan, though government kept on denying, government-backed activists kept on denying, saying there was no Fano in Debre Birhan. No, Fano was there. Fano fighters, they managed to take control of Debre Birhan around 72, 48 hours ago. Local government officials fled towards Addis Ababa. Debre Birhan, very crucial viewers. It is strategic. Around 100 kilometers away from Addis Ababa, Ethiopian capital is Debre Birhan. Then came counteroffensive. Debre Birhan is very close to Oromia. Nearest village of Oromia from Debre Birhan would be around 20 kilometers, I think, away from Debre Birhan. It's right on, you can say, it's right on Oromia Amhara border. So that is why it was difficult for the Fano fighters to remain in control of Debre Birhan, because from at least two directions from Oromia, thousands of ENDF soldiers entered Amhara region towards Debre Birhan, armed with heavy weapons. So it was difficult for Fano fighters to stay in control of Debre Birhan. Fano fighters 2 days ago were planning to march towards Minjar Shinkora, towards Ethiopia-Djibouti road, Ethiopia-Djibouti highway. But their advance was checked. I reported that yesterday. Their advance was checked, and now a confirmation that Fano fighters are, they have retreated from Debre Birhan. Question is, what is the justification provided by Fano fighters? Why are they withdrawing? Just 30 minutes ago, I think, a Fano faction from Shoa issued a statement saying that Fano fighters only wanted to prove their strength. They wanted to show their capabilities. They captured the city, they stayed there, but after that, large number of Oromia army, they are calling it Oromia army, large number of Oromia army soldiers marched towards Debre Birhan. Locals, people, women, children, elderly living in Debre Birhan, their lives came at risk. So for the protection of people in Debre Birhan, Fano decided to retreat, to withdraw from Debre Birhan. But Fano claims that it still has the capability to retake the city. A few points I want to speak on about this Fano's claim. Firstly, uh, why was the need for display of Fano's capabilities? If Fano was not in a position to remain in control of Debre Birhan, why did it enter the town? By entering the town, obviously, it endangered people's lives. It tried to remain in control of Debre Birhan, it could not. If people's protection is priority of Fano fighters, then Fano fighters shouldn't have entered Debre Birhan, but they entered. They could not hold. They could not hold and they had to withdraw. Having said that, again I would say, please differentiate between retreat and collapse. I said that in the last video too, when I covered the situation in Gondar. Fano fighters were in full control of Gondar city 2 days ago. They lost full control of Gondar city. Now ENDF in control of major parts of Gondar city, though fighting still ongoing. Fano fighters retreated towards outskirts. They are still penetrating the city, carrying out attacks. And they are there in some pockets too. But mainly ENDF is in control now. So Fano retreated from Gondar. Fano did not collapse in Gondar. Still, there is a volatile situation. In Gondar, mobile network suspended. Mobile internet was suspended 3 to 4 days ago. Now, mobile networks service suspended. Same is happening here. We cannot say that Fano faction has collapsed on Debre Birhan front. Yes, Fano fighters tried to hold on to its gains in Debre Birhan, but the faction could not. So it's withdrawing. We cannot say that after suffering massive losses, Fano fighters are withdrawing. They felt it was difficult for them to confront thousands of ENDF soldiers, heavy weapons arriving from Oromia. So they are withdrawing. They are retreating. I cannot call it strategic withdrawal, but they found it difficult to hold on to their gains. But yes, they can enter city again too if ENDF did not chase them. Now ENDF will try to push them away from Debre Birhan. That we'll see in coming days. How far Fano is pushed away from Debre Birhan. I think they came very close to Oromia. I've been saying that between Amhara and Addis Ababa there is Oromia. That section of travel from Amhara to Addis Ababa, which is in Oromia, is an uphill task for Fano fighters to complete. So they tried to approach Oromia by capturing Bahirdar. Then came very strong counteroffensive and Fano fighters pushed back. Can we say drone strikes played a role? I wouldn't say that because it's too early. Just 2 strikes conducted, I think. Drones are not being used very frequently so far. Just 2 strikes on Debre Birhan, one on Debre Birhan, another one on Termabar, I think. So it's not that lots of drone strikes have been conducted. I think main reason is a major counteroffensive involving large ENDF convoys and heavy weapons from Oromia towards Debre Birhan. Fano are withdrawn from Debre Birhan. Secondly, Ethiopian airlines have suspended flights to almost all airports of the Amhara region. Flights for Wednesday, Thursday and Friday suspended, announced by Ethiopian Airlines today. Flights to Gondar suspended, Kambolcha suspended, Lalibela suspended, Bahirdar suspended too. It means that this week there will be no flights to any of these airports. Ethiopian Airlines is asking the people that they can get refunds those who bought tickets in advance, or they can wait. Tickets will remain valid for 1 year. So no signs of improvement of security situation in the Amhara region. That is why all flights to the airports in Amhara are suspended. Can we say that Bahirdar airport, there are no flights possible to Bahirdar airport too? That is why airlines has suspended flights to this airport. Civilian flights to Bahirdar were already suspended, but military flights are ongoing. Flights carrying military equipment, logistics, soldiers are arriving on Bahirdar airport according to most sources. Civilian flights have been suspended to Bahirdar. And situation in Bahirdar still volatile. Gondar volatile. ENDF re-entered Gondar city, but still we cannot say ENDF has consolidated its control of Gondar city. That is the most important point, viewers. Can ENDF consolidate its control of town cities? It is re-entering towns like Gondar, like Debre Birhan. Can ENDF manage to consolidate gains? Can it back the city government, local government to function? Fano fighters are still there in the outskirts maybe, and some inside the cities too. So it's too early to say that things are returning to normalcy. No signs of normalcy so far in the Amhara. That is why Ethiopian Airlines have suspended flights to almost all major airports in Amhara for this full week. Thank you for watching.